All right, guys, I'm feeling a little frisky. So I'm going to tell you a story from my childhood that is fucking hilarious. It's dark as fuck, but it is fucking hilarious. Trust me, strap in, because it's a ride, but it is worth it. So while I was a kid, my mom and my dad lived together. We used to live over off Woodford, which was right off Merriman, right near Weaver Park. And my dad was gone a lot. He would work 9 months out of the year up at Mount Pisgah. And while my dad was gone and my mom was drinking and passed out, my brother and me were hungry one day. And I was like, okay, we need to sell something to make some money. And I couldn't think of anything of any value. Now, here's the truth. Drugs. My house was full of fucking drugs. My dad was a drug dealer. But I was like 9. A, I didn't know what drugs were. I mean, even McGruff hadn't gotten to me at that point. And B, if I knew what drugs were, I wouldn't have known people to sell them to. But I was like trying to find something of value. And the only thing I could think of was my dad's dirty magazines. So growing up, I did not have many friends that were girls. I had one friend, and she was amazing, and I really do think she genuinely wanted to be my friend, but the first time I ever went home and met her mama was like, oh no, that girl too fast. You can't be friends with her. Send her on home. And I remember walking home and thinking, I do talk fast. But was it that I talk too fast? Was it that I walk too fast? Like, there was no context for me. But truth is, she was right. Good looking out, other girl's mama, because I was really fast. Like, I know what it means now, and she was not wrong. And then there were a bunch of kids that I was friends with, but I wasn't really, like, friends with. It was like, I'll be your friend, but only if you do this for me, or do this for me and I'll be your friend. So as far as, like, friends, no, I never liked the girls. The girls never liked me, but I was dirty and smelly and I'd punch you in the face. So, like, I get it. I'm not mad at them. But I just got along better with boys. So my brother and I had a big pack in our neighborhood. There was like 6 of us. And we would all just hang out and climb trees. And so I, being the leader of my brother and I, say, we need to sell my dad's dirty magazines to the boys in the neighborhood. Pretty clear logic, right? Now here's where the 9-year-old comes in. I'm like, sell them for a quarter. Sell them for a quarter. Yeah, we made a lot of money. We made a lot of money. And we went and we got groceries. I remember, because there was if you go right past Weaver Park on Merriman Avenue, there's a Baskin Robbins and then there's a little convenience store right there. And we walked from our house up to the little convenience store and I bought like milk and a box of cereal and bread and peanut butter. Like, I legit bought food. I was legit buying food with the money at 9. And on the way home, we stopped and got like a scoop or 2 of Baskin Robbins. So we sold all of the collection, which now I know was a legit collection, okay? Like, I'm not one who is a pornographer connoisseur. I'm not a pornographer, but my dad had a legit collection. It was a giant steamer trunk. He'd been collecting them from his childhood, which was like in the 50s. There was like some Marilyn Monroe shit in there. I mean, like, it was a legit worth some money collection, okay? And I sold every single one of them, and I sold them all for a quarter to neighborhood boys. Didn't think anything about it. Like, went on about our day. Months went by, and I totally fucking forgot all about the magazines. Totally forgot all about everything. And then one night, I'm in my bed. It's like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning, and I'm dead asleep. And my dad comes busting into my room, literally busts the door down. And my dad comes in, wakes me up. He's still calm at this point. Where are my magazines? To which 9-year-old me knows, like, A, I'm not supposed to know what those magazines are, and B, deny. So I was like, what magazines? I don't know what you're talking about. What magazines? I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, I immediately knew what he was talking about. But he was like, the magazines in the basement. And I was like, I don't go in the basement. I'm scared of the basement. I don't know what you're talking about. And I really was legit scared of the basement. And there's a reason why. That house off of Merriman Avenue in the basement, there's a tunnel, a dirt tunnel that used to go from that house to the Grove Park Inn. Because in the 30s and the 40s, the rich white people that would stay at the Grove Park Inn, they wouldn't want to see the help coming and going. So all the help had to go in a dirt tunnel all the way from the Grove Park Inn, and it would come out at the Hop Ice Cream, which even as a crow flies, bitch, underground dirt tunnel. Probably not safe. Scared the fuck out of me. There's plausible deniability in that everyone knows that I hate going in the motherfucking basement because of the tunnel. And I don't know why I hated the tunnel so much. Every time I went down there, and I had to go down there all the time because that's where our washer and dryer were, and I was the one that always did our laundry, even at 9. But every time I went down there, I tried to always go down there during the day, and I'd, like, open up all the doors and windows and shit, and I still fucking hated going down there. It was, like, a heaviness on my chest, and it was cold, and, like, I couldn't breathe, and it was just, I just really always felt like people died in that fucking tunnel, I just didn't want it to be anywhere near it. And everyone knew that. I did not make any qualms about it. And then I was like, Dad, what is it? What is it? I wouldn't go down there, but what's down there? What is it you're looking for? And he was like, it's a box with magazines of naked ladies. And I was like, naked ladies? I don't know anything about that, but have you talked to Mom? Does Mom know you have a big box with naked ladies in it? Did Mom do something? I don't know, Dad. I'm tired. So I'm all, Dad, I'm really tired. I got school tomorrow. I gotta go to bed. I don't know what you're talking about, you know. And he is probably stoned, but not stupid. And that logic, my 9-year-old logic was sound. Like, my kid who hates the fucking basement and doesn't even know about these probably didn't do anything. My crazy, alcoholic, mentally unstable wife probably did. Was it wrong of me to play that card? Probably. Survival skills, bitch. Don't judge me. So the second that my dad closed that motherfucking door, my ass was out the motherfucking window. 2-story fucking window. Hung out the window, far as I could, dropped. Like 5 feet. Dropped down on my knees. 3 o'clock in the morning. My ass is running to every one of those boys' houses that we sold all them magazines to at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm out there with, like, rocks. So the first kid, his name was Jasper, and he was the closest. And he woke up, and I was like, dude, you have to give me back all those magazines that I gave to you. You have to give them back. My dad's back. He needs them back. And this kid was legit woke and was like, got you. And, like, threw them down. Like, he bought, like, 50. So he threw them down. So I grabbed all those and I ran past my house because he was the closest and the other kids were the furthest away. So I ran past my house, threw them in our trash can because I knew that they would be safe in case it rained. So then I ran from there to another kid's house. Now this is where the story gets fucking crazy. Second kid doesn't wake up, but second kid's neighbor does. Second kid's neighbor comes out to the back porch and is like, what you doing out there? And I'm literally standing in the yard throwing rocks at, like, I'm doing a dance. 9-year-old me at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm doing a dance in the backyard. So here I am, 9-year-old me, plain as motherfucking day, in this kid's front yard, throwing rocks at the fucking window, and this old man comes out. Clearly he sees me, because he's like, what you doing over there? And I was like, I'm a ghost. I'm dead. I'm visiting my family from when I lived here before in the Civil War times. I swear to fucking God. I swear to fucking God. I'm dead. I'm a ghost. That is what 9-year-old me came up with. But this is where it gets crazy. He goes, well, go on about your way then. Just don't cause the family any troubles.